All right, here we go. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Coach Jeremy, and happy Monday. Boy, beautiful day outside, at least out here in the Bay Area, East Bay Area. And I hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Again, my name is Coach Jeremy, and welcome into your Metabolic Challenge class. All right, we got a fun one for you, so I hope you're well rested from the weekend. Remember, all you're going to need today is a mat, possibly a towel for a little bit of sweat or a lot of sweat, and then you're going to go ahead and need some water. Right, always grabbing water. You always see me drinking water, and so that's exactly what we're going to do in just a second. But let's go ahead and talk about your workout, and let's see what we have for your Metabolic Challenge for the day. So, Metabolic Challenge, remember, we're trying to really just keep that heart rate at least in a medium zone. But again, it could spike a little, could come down a little. And so that's the mindset here, is that we're trying to variate the heart rate as we go through, pretty awesome movements. And so that's what we're going to see today. We're going to go through your warm-up first. 5 exercises, a minute a piece. All right, I'm going to show you them and then we'll get to it. First one here is going to be a quad position or quadruped wrist mobility. So this is one of those ones where I'm going to let you kind of freely do what you want. Okay, you're going to go knees down, feet together. You can sit on those heels if you'd like. Now, we've done this before in No Gear Get Up, where we take that hand, you point the fingers towards you, and you get the base of your palm on the ground. From here, keep the hand glued to the ground, and you can just change directions. Notice I'm going left to right. I go forward back without letting the hand come up. I can even try and maybe bend the elbow with the hand coming up, but pressing it back down. Really, we're just focusing on keeping the hand kind of stuck to the ground while moving the wrist around it. All right, so we're going to stick on one side for 1 minute, then we'll stick on one side for the other. Remember, you can also change the direction of the fingers, right? So you can have them pointing to the outside of your body, or maybe even to the front side. And again, you can move around from there. After we finish both sides, again, a minute apiece, we're going to take it to a push-up rock. Now, again, I'm using my fists here just because my wrist mobility isn't the best. But we're going to go ahead and start with that rock. So push-up position, hands underneath chest and shoulders, feet are hip width. Rock to a downward dog. And then you're going to go ahead and come back in and then bring it down, knees down, full push-up. The reason we're going to go knees down, 2 reasons really, is 1, we're just warming up. 2 is we want to get full range of motion. And 3, that would be your option. All right. Next, we're going to go to a glute bridge, classic. Again, feet together as close as they can be to your bottom. And you're going to go ahead and squeeze the butt. And remember, trying to squeeze the butt here and keeping that the mental focus should hopefully keep away from the hamstrings and the lower back getting involved. And then lastly, we're going dead bug. This is more of a brain than body exercise, even though it does both. So you're going to lay all the way down. And we're going to go ahead and get into this nice little, opposite quad position. And you're going to go ahead and start with 90-degree angles at the hips and the knees. Okay, once you're here, we're going to go arms straight. Think opposites. I'm going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg. Notice left arm, right leg. I'm going to come back in, same time. I'm going to reset, but I want to think about it before I go to the other side. Right arm over, left leg straight, back in. The entire time, I'm trying to keep my lower back pressed into the ground. If this is too tough, remember, don't extend as far, right? Maybe extend the leg at a higher angle. Again, it's really up to you, but listen to what your body is telling you, and we can make adjustments from here. Obviously, I got my co-pilot, Hammy. She's hanging out. You can probably see her hanging out with her bone here, but she's ready to get to work, and so are we. So with that being said, let's get to that quad wrist mobility. A little bit of water, and we start. Again, knees hip width, sit all the way down. And again, no rhyme or reason. I want you to go left hand here. We take off in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. We're moving. So left and right, forward, back. Again, I want to keep the palm down just because it's going to help me find out what the actual true range of motion of the wrist is. But if you're trying to incorporate a little bit more of the arm, which is fine, right? Bend the elbow, press the palm back down. Right? See how that adds a little bit to what you do. Change the hand position if you'd like. We still have plenty of time here. Again, pointing the fingers now to the outside of the body. I'm going to do the same thing, going up and down, left and right, bending the elbow and pressing the hand back down. Again, even fingers forward. And explore. Have some fun with it. Timer, 40 seconds down, 20 until we switch sides. Good, that's 15. I'm going to switch back, fingers towards me. And I think wrist mobility is super important. I mean, obviously for a number of reasons, we want to be mobile, right? But mainly because we're going to do a lot of push-ups today. Let's switch sides in 3, 2, 1. You like how I snuck that in there? So next block is going to have a pretty good amount of push-ups to work on, which is fine. Remember, the only way we can get better at doing something is if we actually do it, right? So again, practice, practice, practice. But not only will that make that pattern look better, feel better, you're going to get stronger at the same time. Got to do the things you hate, team. It's all good. Again, things we hate probably are the ones that are going to make us better a little bit quicker. 30 seconds down. We got 30 seconds left. Next, we're going to go to that push-up rock. Push-up rock. Get ready for it. Again, experiment. Find the end ranges. Look at the base of your palm. Keep your fingers down. Last but not least, just have some fun. Have some fun exploring, right? It's good to know what your body can do and can't do, or what it needs a little bit of love on. Okay, time check. We got 5 seconds. Let's get set up. I'm going fists. You're going hands. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Push-up rock. All right, so let's rock back. Downward dog. Head between the ears. Come back down. Knees come down. We go full push-up. Full range of motion all the way to the ground and all the way back up. Knees come off. Reset. Take a breath. Again, push back using those arms. And then from here, squeeze the butt. Make sure the shoulders are pulled back and down. Look where my elbows are, right? Keeping those right by your side. Pressing yourself back up. All right. Engage the posterior chain. And then let's strengthen and warm up the anterior chain. There it is. Whew. Love that. Big press. Knees down. Awesome job, team. If you'd like to push up from the knees off the ground and just feet position, that's totally fine as well. You got 15 seconds left here. Remember, our next move is going to be a glute bridge. All right, let's get a couple more reps in if we can. Again, like I said, getting this push-up really warm because we're going to need it for our block today. All right, here we go. Let's get to a glute bridge in 3, 2, 1. Okay, feet. Again, obviously super close to your bottom. You go ahead and press the hips up, squeeze. Make sure your belly stays tight as you press through this. Another aspect, since this is a very common move, something that's very incorporated into a lot of our programming, a lot of our classes, and maybe just a lot of the way we do things, is keeping our feet glued to the ground and try and pulling them away from each other just slightly, right? Imagine you have a band looped around both knees, and the reason we have that band is to turn on some muscles that maybe we can't do without it, but the band is trying to pull the knees in. Well, if you actively push the knees against that, right, you're starting to turn on the lateral aspect, the side aspect of that glute, and that's what we're looking for here, right? Turning on all the muscles, just prepping them, getting them ready, sending a message, say, hey, we're about to work, and you're coming along for a ride. You got 10 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and switch it. Our last one, remember, is going to be that dead bug, so we're going to stay right here. Here we go. Knees up, 90-degree angle in 3, 2, 1. All right, arms over the chest, knees are in. I'm going to tuck the belly down. Once I'm here, extend opposite arm, opposite leg, the other 2 points, or the other limbs, I should say, stay right where they are. Typically, people rush into this and they start to think, okay, which one is which one am I going? They go too fast. I want you to take your time and think. Remember, not all exercise is meant to be done extremely fast. And I would argue that most exercise, if done slower, is almost always going to be just a tad bit more beneficial. 20 seconds left here. Activating that core, push that lower back down, tuck the chin, shoulders can be slightly off. Great exercise. 10 seconds. Good, here we go. Let's shut it down in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're a little bit warmer now, hopefully. If not, stand up, maybe do some jumping jacks while I explain your block, or move to the block as I explain it. All right, so we're going to call this one Choose Your Chips. The reason I called it that is because it's 1, a chipper, and 2, I was surrounded by a bunch of potato chips on a little vacation getaway over the weekend, which I did not have any of on a little plan right now. So choose your chips. That's the name. A beta block. All right, so here's what we're going to do. 50 of each. Okay, and remember, a chipper just means here's a large rep count of an exercise or a few exercises. Get them done as fast as you can. All right, we're going to put a little bit more into that. So 50 of each, 3 exercise, a staggered push-up, a staggered squat, and a staggered deadlift. All right, so again, we're going to have 3 exercises, 50 of each. If you need to take a break, what you're going to do is get into what's called a hollow body rock, but for doing it as much time as possible. All right, so we're really going to push ourselves to develop some core strength in that hollow body rock, right? But it's going to get everything else in the body a little bit of a breather before we have to go back and finish a bunch of reps. So let's talk about the staggered positions first, and then we'll go over the format one more time. You're going to go push-up position like we've seen before. Now, again, I want to use my hands here, or you want to use your hands unless you have a wrist issue like myself. And again, once you're here, set a push-up position, and then slightly go one hand a little higher and one hand a little lower. From here, this is where you work the push-up. Nothing else is different, right? Head is in line with the spine, glutes are on, belly is pulled. You can also do this from the knees. But I'll finish 25 of the 50 from left hand higher than right, and I'll finish 25 of the 50 with left hand under the right. All right, so there's your staggered position, and there's your option or your regression, working from the knees down. The next piece is going to be that staggered squat. So again, I'll give you a slightly lateral view. If this is my squat position, I'm going to go ahead and just pull that foot back and work that same squat. Okay, I'm trying to keep myself center, so try not to open up the hips and rotate, right? I'm going to stay where I started in terms of my upper body and the position, but I'm going to take that foot and just pull it back a little bit. So once I'm here, again, working that squat, will it change your range of motion? Yes, but this is a great chance for you to explore different positions and find out different things, right? Your option, obviously, would be to just change the range of motion. Don't sit as low into your squat. Last one, staggered deadlift or a hinge. So bending strictly from the hips. I'll give you a full lateral view here. But once you're here, again, normally feet would be stacked together. I'm going to take my right foot and just shade it and line it up with that left heel, right? So you see I'm working now. Once I'm there, I want to focus on all of my weight being in that left foot, the one that is flat, the one that's grabbing the ground. I'm going to go ahead and keep my body nice and center and push back, focusing on, again, the hinge happening from the hips, but all the tension is occurring on the foot or the side that has the flat foot. All right, so I'll switch it up for you. Again, right leg, left foot is the stagger. I'm going to come down, head is in line with the spine, back is nice and straight, shoulders are back and down. You're going to go ahead and get finished 25 on one side, 25 on the other. All right, so here's how we're going to do this, y'all. Oh, let me show you one more movement. I'm sorry. Hollow body rock. We've seen it before, but when you're laying all the way down, press your belly into the ground, tuck the chin and shoulders, elevate the leg. The higher the legs are, the easier it is. And I want you to rock, okay? Keep the body stiff. Try not to close the gap in the body, at least between the upper and lower body, because again, that'll change the tension on the core. You rock as long as you can. So format, one more time, right? Choose your chips. You're going to go ahead and choose, all right, which one do I want to work on? Staggered push-up, staggered squat, staggered deadlift, and hinge. You got to finish 25 of each staggered position. That is going to be 50 total, and that's 150 reps of all three exercises put together. If you need a break, whenever it is, quote unquote, break, you're going to do a hollow body rock and do it for as long as you can until you cannot anymore. Then you hop back into where you left off. All right, team, here we go. Let's go and grab a small sip of water. Hopefully you stayed warm or you followed along. And we're going to go and start this block up. We're going to go and begin, or at least I'm going to begin, with the staggered push-up. Now, again, if you feel like you need to finish half of them and then maybe go to another half, totally okay with that, all right? If you feel like you need to go with the regress version, again, you listen to your body and you do whatever it takes, but we got 8 minutes starting in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and go staggered position, kneeling, and I'm going to go ahead and fix that. Actually, let's see what my hand can do with that wrist. So there's 10 for me on one staggered position. And I'm just feeling out my wrist right now to see what it can and can't do. And again, if you're dealing with wrist issues like myself, great way to see, okay, you know, what's it like today? What's it going to do? What's it going to be able to handle? I'm going to go and go 10 on the other side. Woo! Okay, that's 20 from a regressed and a staggered position. I'm feeling it. I needed a breather. I'm going hollow body rock as long as I can. Now, the first ones might be easier, but hey, remember, they will get tougher as you work. Point the toes if you can. Keep the same body position. Rock forward and back, arms off the ground. Head stays in line with the rest of the body. I can hear my water slushing around in my belly. Maybe drink a little too much. And feeling a good burn there. Call it. All right, now, if you want to move on to something else, that's totally fine. I'm going to do so. If you want to stay with your push-up, I support it as well. But keep chipping away through this one, y'all. Let's go and take it to that staggered squat now. All right, staggered squat. So find my squat position, stagger, and squat. How does this change your range of motion? How does this change your body position? Good. All right, so I finished 10 on one side. I'm going to stagger the other, and I'm following the same pattern I did with my push-up. All right, team, here we go. Hammy. She wants to get to that staggered stuff too. Sorry, guys. All right, keep working here. Hammy's just getting excited, that's all. I'm going to go now from my squat because I'm feeling it. You can tell I'm a little out of breath. Back to that hollow body rock, y'all. Here we go. You can find tension, find a position, lock it in, build momentum. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome job. Again, forward and back until you feel like you cannot anymore, or until you feel like you've earned the rest that you got. All right, nice. Keep that up, y'all. Let's go. Okay, I gotta go back to now another one. I'm gonna go with the same pattern here as we're about, let's see. Oh yeah, about 4 minutes in. All right, so keep working your way through this. Halfway through, I'm gonna go with that staggered hinge now. So again, line up the staggered foot with the heel of the foot that is flat. My left foot is flat. My right foot is lined up with the heel itself. I'm standing tall, shoulders back and down, and I hinge. Notice keeping the hands across the legs. It's going to help me know that I'm hinging enough and keeping my center of gravity above the center of my foot. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Don't go too fast. Feel out your movement. Good. Switching for another 10. I'm feeling good on this one, so I'm going to come back to the original side, and I'm going to keep going. The goal here, again, is to keep pushing yourself until you absolutely need that break. Grab the ground with that foot. There's 30 for me. Switching sides again. Hinge obviously a little bit easier on the joints and muscles in terms of the energy it's taken from me and how fatigued I'm feeling, but now it's starting to build up now that I'm going with all my reps at once. Good. About to hit 40 here. All right. Got 5 more per side and we're done with that hinge. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Let's go. We got 5 more here. And then we'll give ourselves a little breather on the hollow body rock just because. About to have 2 minutes left, y'all. 2 minutes left. 2.5 here. All right, hollow body rock. Give my body a little breather, but again, sustaining some work. Point the toes, create the position, move forward, back. There's that momentum. There you go. Woo, that's a big burn. All right, let's go back to that staggered push-up. All right, so again, find that position. I'm gonna rock with the knees down again. I was feeling that massive burn. And let's go ahead and find it. I'm gonna go with my fists on this one, just because the wrist wasn't responding that well. Switching hands after 10, or staggered position. I got 10 more after this. Might as well finish 5 and 5. Let's go. Not too high, not too low. Awesome. I'm going to switch one more time for another 5 here. Woo! All right. Wanted to squeeze those ones out. But we officially have just under a minute left, y'all. So, push it here. Let's see if we can finish all 150. Again, 50 of the staggered push-up, 50 of the staggered squat, 50 of the staggered hinge. I got 50 on both of them. 2 of them, excuse me. I got time here, but because I took an actual break, I got to get some hollow body rocking. And remember, as much time as possible on that hollow body rock. And you pick back up where you left off. You got 30 seconds left, team. Let's go. I'm just gonna hold this hollow body for the last 30 that we got. Point those toes, create a stiff body, and rock. Ten seconds. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and shut it down. Nice job. All right, grab some water. Take a breather. I like that one. I think that was solid. And let's do a quick review. Why go stagger? What's the purpose? I'm sure some of you are wondering. Remember, a very, very slight change in angle, direction, position can change the musculature that's used, right? And some of you would be like, it seems kind of more like a bodybuilding technique, right? But hey, what do we have to work with? Again, just the body positions in a bodyweight solid workout. So again, great way to variate your movements. It's just going 2 seconds staggered. All right, let's go build a burpee. I love burpees. So here's how we're gonna do it for the last 5 minutes. We're gonna make it quick, all right? You're gonna go ahead and start at 1 rep of every component that it takes to build the burpee itself. I've broken it down into 4 pieces, okay? You're gonna go pogo, hop, that's it. You're gonna go squat, boom. You're gonna go pop plank, boop, boop, and then you're gonna go and take a push-up, boop, boop. Once you come back all the way, again, you have done a burpee, but again, just it's 4 segments. Now what we'll do is we'll build on top of that. So you go 1 of the pogo, 1 of the squat, 1 of the pop plank, 1 of the push-up, and then do 1 full burpee after that. You finish the 1 rep round, let's go and add up to 2. So we'll go 2 pogos, 2 squats, 2 pop planks, 2 push-ups, 2 burpees. And then again, we'll go up to 3 after that. All right, so again, 1 rep for each, 1 burpee. Add on a rep on the second round, and you keep adding them on. All right, 5-minute clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Pogo, squat, pop plank, push up, all the way tall. That's 1. Now I'm gonna go 2 pogos. 1, 2, 2 squats. 1, 2, 2 pop planks. That's 1. That's 2. 2 push-ups. And then we go 2 full burpees. I think I missed the burpee on the first one. That's okay. All right. Let's go back to it. Again, 3 reps now. And we're only 30 seconds in. So 1, 2, 3 pogos. You go 1, 2, 3 squats. You go 1, excuse me, Hammy, thank you. 1 pop plank, another pop plank, and a 3rd pop plank. We're going 3 push-ups now. And then we come all the way up and we're working 3 burpees. All the way down. Yes. All right. So there's the theme, and you're working. But here's something that we got to share: is how hard are we working, and what's your breath like? If it's a lot like mine, and you're not talking like me, well, hey, slow things down, right? Remember, you don't have to go super quick through this, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't enjoy burpees. Now, again, you could just purely hate them, but most times people tend to do them too fast. Find a pace that works for you, okay? And again, since we have 3 minutes left, we'll make it 2 minutes left, just because we're running short on time period. Again, pace, 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 pace. Let's go to the 4 rep round, or at least if you're with me, I'm starting a 4 rep round. We got 4 pogos. Perfect, 4 squats. You got 4 pop planks. You got 4 push-ups. And then you got overall 4 burpees. Awesome job, y'all. Keep working. You officially have less than 90 seconds to go. Now, you might look at me as I'm working through my actual burpees themselves. I say, hey, coach, that doesn't really look like the pogo squat, pot plank, push-up, right? And that's kind of the beauty of a burpee, is that it has so many variations and so many ways to get them done successfully that there is no right or wrong. But the framework that we gave you, right? Pogo, to squat, the pot plank, the push-up is a great way to, one, start your journey with burpees and trying to put them together piece by piece. And two, really trying to make sure that you understand the process, right? The order of how things are supposed to get done. Sometimes you're like, looks like you're just falling to the ground and coming back up. All right, here we go. 30 seconds left. Whether you're working on them or not, let's finish with the burpee. Let's go. I'm sweating today. Let's get it. 15 seconds. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, here we go. We wrap this one up in 3, 2, and 1. Boom. Nicely done, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. All right, if your heart rate is elevated like mine, let's do some walking. Grab your water. And again, no rhyme or reason. There's nothing that we gotta think about or do. Just walk and breathe. Change directions if you like. And think about all the hard work you just put in, y'all. Now, let's do a review as we're walking. Again, sometimes best way to cool down is to walk. Got through our warm-up. Had a great chipper with some staggered movements. Again, why do we stagger? Great way to variate your stuff. And then lastly, we had the build a burpee workshop, which we've done before. But again, great way to add a little wrinkle. And so one of the exercises that we see a whole lot, it's good enough walking. Let's go ahead and shut it down into a butterfly now. I was talking about adductors all day today for your muscle memory Monday post. And so I want to get them. So feet together. Watch out for your mat. And then press the knees down as much as you can. Hopefully you can get them closer to the ground than I can. This is a sign that I need to work on internal rotation of each hip. Internal and external rotation for that matter. Again, you free up both directions. Typically the others will start to move better. All right, y'all. That was great. And typically I'm pretty winded from talking and working at the same time. And some days are easier than others or harder than others. But one thing I noticed is during December, right, I wasn't as motivated. I wasn't working out as much. And I felt like, boy, I'm getting gas from these. But here I am, super consistent about 3 weeks into my workouts. And still feeling pretty winded. So I guess my point here is give yourself time to adjust. Don't expect a whole lot from yourself all the time, right? Don't think that just because you've been really strong for 4 weeks means that you can go something super hard the next week or something where you feel like you're just kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And that's not to say that I don't want you to do those things. I absolutely want you to get out of that comfort zone because, again, that's where we get to grow. Let's go wide leg, forward fold. But what I'm trying to say is not every day needs to be that kind of day. Not every day needs to be that extreme push, that feeling like you really kind of took it to that level, that brink of almost doing too much, right? Remember, your body loves and craves movement, but it doesn't mean it has to be exercise at all times, right? That movement can be you going from upstairs to downstairs to grab a snack. That could be you standing more at your desk than sitting at your desk. Again, there's many ways to move. It doesn't always have to be in the form of burpees. Okay, if you can, push those legs wider and push yourself more forward. I'm grabbing onto my leg to help me pull forward. What's up, Chad? And just breathe. In through the nose, out through your mouth, as big as you can. Now, I've got a new one and a great one that's going to get the full body. I really love this. And I don't really have a name for it. People are like, how do you come up with this stuff? Again, I just kind of feel out my body and see what it needs. Now, I've been really tight in thoracic rotation, specifically on the rib cage. Don't know what it is. But we're going to take that right leg and swing it back, almost like we're doing in a pigeon or a 90-90 stretch. And from here, you're going to straighten that left leg, right leg's back. You're going to get it as far back as you can. So now we're getting some hip rotation. Take yourself and just rotate away from that bent knee. So I'm rotating to my left with my right knee back. Breathe and use those hands to pull you further into rotation. Keep the head in that direction as well. All right, let's switch it one more time for the last one. Give myself a little bit more room. And we're gonna swing that leg back. Again, find the rotation of the hip. And from here, she's energized, she's ready to go. Rotate away from that leg as much as you can. Again, breathe into that shape and relax. Now, what I love about this one, I love the fact that the hip is getting rotation. And I love the fact that I'm getting rotation from the upper body as well, but it's cross pattern, right? So essentially one side is pulling and the other side is pushing, and it's really getting the full body in there as much as it can be. Into the nose, out through the mouth. And let's go ahead and shut it down. All right, Hammy says we're done. We're done. Great job, y'all. Metabolic Challenge. My name is Coach Jeremy. Thank you so much for joining in on a Monday or whenever you decide to join in. Remember, we save these on our account under the live section, so make sure you take a look at that. We have plenty of videos for you. If you have any questions, as always, drop them in the Slack, on our channel, in the comments, wherever it need be. We love to hear from you. All right, have a great one. We'll see you guys next time. Remember, tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., No Gear Get Up. Later, y'all. Bro.